Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So, in today's video, we're going to be cutting something. Now, this isn't your average rock that you're going to be seeing probably anybody cut anywhere else. It's a little bit of a mystery, and well, it's kind of burning a hole in my pocket, so to speak. I gotta know what's inside this thing. Let's check it out. Well, here it is right there. Let's look at this thing. So here's what we have. I picked this thing up in a trade at the Spokane Rock Rollers Tailgate Sale and Swap. Now, they had one of these and it was already cut and had agates in it. Now, I know you're looking at this and you're like, what the heck's going on here? Clearly, we can see that there's a couple of agates sticking out of the back end of this concrete cylinder that somebody made. What I was told was that somebody had a lot of agates and they wanted to cut them, and they're small, too small for their slab saw. So they filled a concrete tube with agates and poured cement in it so that they could slice them now in their slab saw. Now, if we look at this with the flashlight, right, we can clearly see that these are kind of that like a carnelian, you know, and this one, you can even see some banding in there, okay? So I'm assuming there's going to be carnelian all the way through this, but there's only one way to find out, and I can't not have it sitting here and not have some kind of idea what's going on inside here. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'll try to chuck it up in the saw, and we'll do maybe a couple of cuts working down this way and see what we can come up with. It should be pretty easy to get some nice straight cuts on. So let's head over to the slab saw. Well, I got the cylinder all chucked up in the saw. Now, if you haven't seen this before, this is my dirty old homemade slab saw. It's got a 14-inch blade, and if you don't know how these things work, it's pretty simple. Shut the lid. The vise slides on a drive, and well, that's pretty much it. Blade spins, pushes the material into the blade. It has a cutoff, so when everything's all said and done, it turns itself off, but it's not something I really like to walk away from and leave. It's really, I watch it. So pretty simple, you know? And just like that, there we go. We're off to the races on it. Let this thing cut, and well, hopefully we have something neat. So the saw finished cutting about 5 minutes or so ago, so I'd let it just sit so the oil vapor that gets kind of produced as you cut settles, and then, you know, unplug the thing. Let's check this out. Oh, hey. So yeah, clearly those agates in there. I could certainly hear, right, as it was cutting, when it was in just the cement versus the agate. So let's, I gotta get the oil off of this, but let's do a couple of slabs and go from there. So, you know, to do that, it's pretty easy. I just unlock it. We'll try about there and reset it up, and we'll take a couple of slabs. I'll get the oil off and we can look at these things together. So here we are. I actually only cut the one slab off of it. I'm having mixed feelings about this. On one hand, I want to be like, it's kind of a neat, ingenious way to get slabs out of small rocks. On the other hand, I don't know many people that have a big slab saw without a small trim saw for cutting things. I mean, the reality of it is you're not going to be cutting this in a big slab saw. So you do need a way to cut something this big in a slab saw. I guess this would work. I'm reluctant to say give it a shot. I feel like the surface finish that I got on these agates that I cut are very rough. And I assume that's because the blade is bringing this particulate into the stone. You kind of see here we got a nice one in there. Let's get this wet. These are beautiful agates. I just don't know. They're beautiful agates, right? I just don't know if this is the way to cut these. I mean, lovely things. Now, when I cut this slab, it did break, and then the concrete just pops off, right? So that is kind of nice, right? It can just kind of cleanly break off here. I could probably snap this with my fingers. Yeah. So you could definitely get the concrete off. There we go. And you could have these beautiful little slabs out of your agates with this. I do think maybe it would be something better for a tile saw, because then or water saw, because then you're changing out your water, and it doesn't really matter that you're getting this grit in your saw because you're just dumping it, right? So I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe you don't see this for a reason. Let's see if I can get these out. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you can just snap the agates out, which is cool. I don't know about this one that's kind of really in there. Yeah, I mean, there we go. Kind of getting it off. So, interesting concept. Why don't you let me know what you think of this? If I should cut the rest of this or not, or maybe just keep this kind of as is, as like its own little story, its own what could be. Yeah. I mean, as of right now, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'd want to cut any more of this, but beautiful little agates. Check that out. Lovely. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I mean, it's not something I've ever seen before. Maybe it's a thing, and I'm just very unaware. Well, until next time, everybody, take care. I appreciate you coming by, hanging out with me in the shop, and doing some cutting. Thank you so much for watching my entire video. If you like the content that I'm producing here on this channel, and you want to support the content even further, you can do so by becoming a channel member by hitting the join button down below. The membership comes with a growing library of exclusive videos and just great other extra content. So just follow the links down below, and I will see you on the next video.